Hello, hello. Happy Friday. A little bit later than usual, but that's okay. I was busy this morning. I was out walking. So I wanted to get a nice long walk in, and I had a few things to do. So I moved today's session to a little bit later in the day for myself, but also to give my peeps in America and beyond a chance to join me live as well. So I'll probably do that going forward. I'll probably do some sessions in the morning and some sessions in the afternoon on Friday because it just makes more sense so that more people get the option to join me live. I'm not actually seeing any eyes yet. So as soon as you join me, say hello, say hi. It is almost the weekend. We're almost there. And I'm just checking in the group if I'm live or not. So it is 3 p.m. in the afternoon here in Mougins in France. And I have an hour before I've got to go and get the kiddos from school. So yeah, and I spent a good bit of the day finalizing my new color palette. So that was fun. That's something I really enjoy working on. Um, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But right now, I want to talk about what's working now in business, what's working now for me, and what's working for my clients. If you're joining me live, say hello. It looks like the internet is somewhat slow here today for some reason. It was full bars before I joined you, and now it seems to have gone down to 2 bars. So let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. If you're watching live, I do see eyes here, so just let me know. Hang on now, there's some messages coming in and stuff. I hope you can see me. Say hi, say hello if you can see me. Okay, yes, I'm starting to see some people now. So I see Tess. Hi, Aileen. It's been a while. Delighted to be able to join you today. Brilliant. Great to have you, Tess. Who else is here? Who is joining to find out about what is working in business now, right? So I'm going to be talking about what's working for me, but I'm also going to be asking you about what is working for you in business. What is going really well for you right now? And I bet you we'll probably find a lot of things in common, many things in common. Okay, so if you're here live with me this morning, say good morning. My Facebook group, I can see I'm in there, but I'm seeing no comments in there. Can see some comments on StreamYard, but you have to give me permission to see who you are, to see the comments on StreamYard. So if you could do that, that would be wonderful, as I can't see any comments on Facebook. And that is the joy of having free groups on Facebook. You never quite know what you're going to get access to or what you're going to see. Okay, so first up, I would like you to tell me in the chat what is working for you right now in business. What is going really well for you? Because oftentimes we, focus on the negative in our businesses, but there's probably some things that are going really well and that are working for you for sure. I am also going to be sharing what works for me, but I would absolutely love to hear what is working for you. Say good morning, say hi if you're joining live. I see 6 eyes, but I don't see many people commenting. So let me know who's here. It always makes it more fun, more interactive. And I usually have more to say if I get some comments back and forth. So just let me know in the comments what is actually working for you right now in your business. If you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay and let me know also what's working in your business for you right now. Yeah, say hello, say hi from whatever part of the world that you're in. Okay, so I have my notes here in front of me. And I wrote down these 6 points in about 2 minutes this morning, just thinking, what is working for me in my business right now? What have I observed that's working for other people in their businesses? So I don't see any comments yet, but somebody has said lives and master classes. I'm just going to go into the group one more time and see if I can see any comments in there, because that way I know who exactly is talking. There's nothing happening in the group, so I'm just going to have to guess who's putting the comments in there, unless you give me, unless you allow your name to be known to StreamYard. So I think there's some link around this video somewhere where you can click and give permission for StreamYard to use your name. Okay, so my number one thing that is working in my business right now is, and what I've noticed for other people, is going big in on personal brand. The old style of marketing and putting yourself out there to the world on social media, I believe, is not really working that well anymore. You know, impersonal posts, chat posts written by, very obviously, by ChatGPT, you know, even information posts, to me, they're not getting the kind of traction that, you know, more personal posts are getting. So things like your opinion on things, your spin on things, your thoughts on things, what you're about. What are you about as a business person, offering the services that you do? So I think to compete out there on social media now, it's very much the personal in branding. You really have to bring the person into what you are creating and what you are putting out there. So personal stories, personal opinions, personal thoughts, your take on what's happening in the world, and giving away a little bit more of you. And I have seen that actually with even the bigger celebrity brands, the people that we all know and see on social media all the time, like Marie Forleo. She's definitely gotten much more personal than she used to be. She's showing a lot more of who she is and what she's putting out there. Denise Duffield Thomas always very much into big personal brand, but I think right now she's also showing more of herself as well. And more real. So, I mean, us as personal stylists, we always talk about being authentic, but many times we are just showing the best version of ourselves out there. And honestly, people are kind of over that. People want real, they want vulnerability. And I think, you know, there has been a shift in the world toward consciousness. And you can see it all over, you know, the big podcasts. You can see it all over the big shows. People want to know the real story. They really want to know who is the person behind this brand. What is their take on things? So I think, you know, showing more of you will definitely build trust with your audience. People want to do business with a person. They don't want to do business with somebody that's hiding behind brand, you know, hiding behind pictures, or, you know, portraying a very glamorous or a very sought after life, but not really showing, you know, the behind the scenes and what's really going on and what your take on things. So I strongly believe that, you know, personal brand, investing more in that, and encouraging your clients to invest more in that as well, because many of you work with people on their personal brands. And one of the things that, you know, you can emphasize with your clients is that they do need to show, you know, more of themselves. People expect more of you now. They're really not, they're not inclined to just invest with, you know, this, you know, sleek branding that doesn't really show who is behind it. So let me know in the comments, does that resonate with you? As put social posts out there, have you noticed, you know, which posts are gaining traction and which posts are, you know, not getting much traction? And I find, well, I found this always more and more now, especially as I see more and more posts generated by ChatGPT out there, is that it's my more personal posts, the posts that it's my opinion, what I think, what I know works for me is actually working now, not the big glossy pictures and the perfect life and all of that. Not showed much of that ever, I don't think, because I always believed that personal brand is really, really, really important. So have you guys found that? Have you found that, you know, it's more your personal posts, the posts where you're exposing a little bit more about you, exposing a little bit more about your story? Do you find that those posts work better for you? Pop a yes or a no into the comments. I would love to know. I know there's many of you watching me this morning, so do get in there and comment. I love to know what you're all thinking. There is no right or wrong here. I am just giving you my opinion. So Christine is saying, I'm finding the more comments I make on a garment, the more interaction I get. Yeah, so the more, I find that the more you give your personal opinion, the more you give your take, the more you take a stand. Well, number one, you're standing out from the crowd by doing that. Number two, you're giving more information that other people are not giving because they're too afraid to give it. So it's about being braver. It's about being a little bit more vulnerable. It's about, you know, putting yourself out there, even if you're afraid that some people might come and say you're getting it wrong, or it's not right, or, you know, it's not what I think. That's okay. You know, people commenting in your post like that is okay. It actually gets your post more traction. So I really want you to think about that, you know, hiding behind glossy pictures, hiding behind very sleek branding, you know, putting the same content as everyone else out there, using a lot ChatGPT to create all your posts is not going to allow the person who's watching to see the person behind the brand. And I think that's really key, because what I have found in the last maybe 6 months, maybe longer, is that traction on social media has gone way down, way down. I don't know if you have found that or not, but I don't think our posts are being shown to that many people, to be honest. So, you know, the posts that are getting more traction, the posts that are getting more comments are definitely the ones that are being seen more. So just something to think about. That has been working for me for sure, and just something for you to consider. The second thing that I've written down here of what's working is community. More and more people want community. You know, you can get so much free information on the internet now. You can get so much from ChatGPT. You can get so much from AI. Then a lot of, you know, people know what they should be doing, but they don't feel that motivated to do it. They don't feel like they're connected to other people. And people are looking for community. People want community. And I have several communities. I have my certified online color community. I have my Unstoppable Style community. I have my new community on Stylepreneur Accelerator. And all of those communities are busy, and people feel included, and they feel like they are getting answers to their questions, and they're feeling like they're not in this alone. So I think community will always work. You know, it goes in and out of fashion. You know, there at one stage, you know, Facebook communities were absolutely huge. Everyone had a Facebook community, and then they kind of died out and nobody had a Facebook community. But I have always believed that community is important. I've always enjoyed community myself. I love having a community. I love leading up a community. So I think it's really important that whether things go in and out of fashion, it doesn't matter. It's about what you see works and what works for you. What do you love being part of? Have you created that for your clients? So how many of you in the comments right now, come on and say a few things in the comments. How many of you think that, you know, community is important right now? Tess said, I agree, Aileen, have tried different styles of posts lately, and the ones with me in them have most likes and interaction. Yes, absolutely, Tess, because people want to see you. You have to show your face. People, you have to put your face out there, or people won't know. So, putting you into the content that you're putting out there is really, really important. And I know when you're starting out, it's hard, but it gets easier. Now I put her up on my social media and I don't even think about it. I don't check it. I don't look at it. Whereas when I started, I'd be micro-examining everything. Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have had my hair a different way. Maybe I should have put on a bit of lipstick, whatever. I don't second guess it anymore. I just have my routine and I put it out there. So it does become routine over time. And in many ways, because we are small businesses, we are the faces of our business. We can't really hand that over to somebody else. We need to be showing up. We need to be inspiring people. But going back to community, I think community is really important. And another point of around community is that community will keep people coming back. Community is amazing for keeping people coming back because they feel part of something. So if you're providing, a service and off your clients go and you never talk to them again, then you're kind of losing those clients. But if you have a community, people will come back over and over again. And you are top of mind, so people will refer you to other people. Community is so important. And community is something that ChatGPT cannot provide. And the other thing is community allows you to stand out from the crowd as well, because you can really show your personality. You can really show yourself in your own community, and people get to know you and they get to like you and they get to trust you. So I'm a huge believer in community, whether it's in or out. As I said, I feel it's kind of in at the moment, but it was out there for a few years. But for me, community is working, and I think it's like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a book group. My newest community is actually within another platform, and it's a bit more closed. There are different kind of communities that you can have, like Slack. I think there's another one called either Discord or Discord. I can't remember which. It's hard to beat a Facebook group in terms of, the fact that you can set it up completely free of charge. But of course, it's not completely free of charge, because you have to invest time and effort into your community. You have to be there for them. And just recently, I saw in one of my clients' communities, in one of my certified online color expert client communities, that she has so many people in her community now looking for color analysis that she's had to say, you have to go on a wait list. So, communities work because they get clients for you, because people get you. Clients come through this community. They have spent time with me before money. I encourage you to relook at community if you don't have one already. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's community. It can totally look like your own community. It's about you and what works for you, what do you enjoy doing, and what can you commit to. So as I said, I don't see a lot of communities out there anymore, actually. I have seen major communities just stop completely, which has kind of broke my heart. It could be because the person who's running the community just, lost interest or whatever. So, just be really careful when you're setting up community to set up one that, you can commit to and that you can turn up for, because otherwise, you do all this work and then you end up with nothing. A community requires dedication, it requires time. Okay, let me see here. Somebody is writing something and I'll come back to that to see if I can see it. Number 3, support. I think people are not getting on internet right now, in internet courses, in color courses, style courses, in whatever courses that you're taking. They're not getting a lot of support. So they're getting a lot of training materials, they're getting a lot of modules, they're getting a lot of written content, but they're not getting support. And that's really disillusioning for people if they don't get support along with whatever you're providing them. So I think support is really important right now, especially, during a recession when things are not, so busy. You have loads of time actually to support people. And I think, when the time comes, when they're ready to spend again, they will come back and they will spend their money with you. And I'm really big on support. I think support is really, really important. And I build it into all of my programs because I think one of the things that I struggled with when I was starting out was getting all this content, getting all this material, but having no one to ask questions to, having no support, trying to do color analysis for clients for the first time with nobody to, check in with, trying to do style for the first time with nobody to check in with, trying new strategies in my business, and just hoping for the best with nobody to check in with. So are you providing support with your programs, with your courses? Do your clients feel supported? Do they feel supported? I put out a reel during the week there about the fact that, I'm with my hairdresser for the 7 years that I here in France. And when I was in Singapore, I stayed with the same hairdresser for, 10 years plus. And the reason I stay with them is because they supported me at where I was at. Now, my current hairdresser, Cyril, he's amazing. He allows me to send him a text because I do a wash and blow dry once a week. It's usually on the fly. I don't know which day I want to do it. And usually I just text him sometimes at 5:30 in the morning and say, when you get into the office, will you check, have you an appointment for me, sometime today between these hours? And he will text me back and let me know. That to me is worth its weight in gold. And that is what I mean by support. Do you provide timely support to your clients? So for instance, in my certified online color and in my Unstoppable Style programs, I am in those support groups 5 days a week, providing support for my clients so that if they have a client and they urgently need an answer, I will get that answer to them. I will make sure that they're never stuck. That provides a lot of confidence for your client, and they will come back. So do you agree with me that support is important? Do you provide a way that your clients can get support from you? I'd really love to know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments right now. Okay, where are we at? So that was number 3. Somebody said here in the comments, I am only starting out, but I have a little community of like-minded ladies who interact with my posts. Community is very important. I've started doing talking stories and I've gotten more interactions now with those. Exactly. And with something like this, you also develop your own confidence. You develop your own confidence and you develop your voice. You develop your voice and your opinions and your thoughts about things, and you get more confident to say what you need to say. So I love the idea of a small community. Somebody else said here, I agree, it's invaluable and they don't feel like just cash machines. Exactly. If you're providing programs with no support, people kind of feel high, like they're left high and dry. They feel like, oh my God, I put out all this money and now I have nothing in return. Now, of course, the person has to come halfway. Of course, the person has to turn up for the support that you're providing. But if the support is there for them, then they're, as somebody says here, they won't feel like cash machines. They feel like they're being supported. And guess who they're going to refer? They're going to refer you. Number 4, I have written down here, email marketing. Email marketing is really working right now. So if you don't have, an email marketing system, I highly recommend that you get one up and running. I think it's really, really, really important. It's one of the modules in my Stylepreneur program. Accelerator program. We spend 4 weeks on our email marketing system. it is really, really important, because people on your email list are going to see far more of your content than people who are on social. You have direct access to people on your email list. So email marketing is working. People will tell you, oh, you don't need to have, a list. You need to have a list. Email marketing works. I send out an email once a week. I nearly get always somebody coming back saying, can you tell me more about this? Can I have this? Email marketing works. It's a way to get people to respond back to you, and also to get them to buy into what you are offering. So if you don't have a consistent email marketing, I highly, highly recommend that you put that in place. I follow quite a number of people on email marketing. I quite like it compared to following people on social media. And I buy a lot of things off of emails. Think back to the last time when you bought, did you buy it off an email? Did you buy it off an email you received from me, or did you buy it off an email you received from somebody else? So email marketing is working, whatever people tell you. And if you don't have a system in place for email marketing, put one in place. Join my Stylepreneur Accelerator, and I will show you how to put an email marketing system in place. Okay, number 5, especially during a recession, especially when people, don't have a lot of money in their pockets, repeat business is really, really important. So that means you need to be putting a different spin on what you're providing, or putting new products out there, or services, or new ways of doing things, or new way of getting people to come back. So you need to be creative and innovative. It's not about doing somebody's colors once or doing somebody's style. What else are you offering them? What are you offering so that they come back over and over again? I have had clients who have come back over and over again since day one, because I'm always innovating. I'm always creating something new. I'm always trying to find a way to simplify what I teach and provide it in a way that people can learn in a different way, perhaps, to what I've done before. For instance, right now, I spent months and months creating new sub-seasonal digital color palettes. So those are now available to people. So already I've had inquiries, and I'm starting to make my first sales on those 16 sub-seasonal digital color palettes. So again, it's another service that I provide to my clients so that they can provide an advanced color analysis for their clients. So maybe you've already provided seasonal color analysis, or maybe you've provided tonal, but you want something to create a more advanced color analysis session for your clients. You want to bring back clients from before. Then having this new service will help you to do that. So you're providing, a service in a slightly different way, in a more, I call this like a platinum service, because they will get a beautiful personalized palette that's going to be amazing, and they're going to love. So you're providing them additional value. And those clients that return are the easiest clients, because they know you already, they know how you work, they already believe in you, and they are going to be your best clients, and they're going to be your easiest clients, and you're going to love working with them. My repeat clients are my favorite clients, because they know me, they trust me already, they know how I provide what I'm going to provide, and they're happy with that. And having more repeat clients in your business is truly going to make your business more easy, more relaxed, more profitable, all the good stuff that you want in your business. So far, number 1, going big on personal brand. That's showing up as you more often. Number 2, I've had community, how important community is and how that is working right now. I talked about support, providing support with the services that you provide. I talked about email marketing, and I talked about repeat business. And I have one more. I think it's really, really important. And I was reading this morning. I was reading that, um, you know, most people do not want another long list on their to-dos. They want to learn new things, but they want to learn them easily. They want to solve their problem without this huge load on their brain. So I believe that a step-by-step process is really, really, really key. And this was never brought home to me more than when the first time I had a membership. I provided a lot of amazing information, but I didn't provide it in a step-by-step process. I provided it kind of a bit higgledy-piggledy. So I would provide, this week and this session this week, and there was a lot of content there, but it wasn't a step-by-step process to get somebody from naught to consistent 3 to 5K months like my Stylepreneur Accelerator is now. So what I have done is I have created a continuity program with just 5 steps where I take people from step 1 to step 5 so they get this result consistent 3 to 5K months. I've thought very, very carefully about what needs to go in to these 5 steps to get them to this result of 3 to 5K. Each of the steps have 4 very clear steps with, at the end of it, a checklist to have people complete it. So I just think that having that step-by-step process removes the cognitive load, the load on the brain that people have. So people say running a business, they don't need another complicated system. They need simplicity and ease. They need you as their mentor, as their coach, as their trainer to take the load out of what they're trying to do. Take the cognitive or the mind load out of what they're doing. And that's why I think a step-by-step process provides that. It takes away the guesswork, it takes away the load on your clients. So you do all the work basically for them. So they just have to turn up, implement what you tell them to implement, and they will get the result that you promise them. So I think that a step-by-step process in everything that you do really reduces that confusion that the client has. It reduces the load so that they can just get the result that they actually want. So those are my 6 items that I wanted to talk about. What's working right now? What's working right now in my businesses? So out of those 6 items, which would you say is working for you right now in your business? I've already heard somebody say that master classes and lives work really well. Yeah, I would say lives work really well. I think, how effective master classes are has gone down. Unless you introduce a lot of you in the masterclass, you introduce your story, you introduce your why. I think, the old-fashioned masterclasses where, you're just trying to sell to people, I have found that the effectiveness of those aren't so good as they used to be. But this person who said the lives and the masterclasses, what they said here is that, it's the lives part. I think you cannot skip the step of you actually turning up in person and hide behind, slides or hide behind graphics or hide behind whatever it is you're trying to hide behind. You need to show up as your authentic self and talk person to person to the people that you're trying to sell to. And I think that is the important bit here. So let me know in the comments, A, going big in personal brand, B, community, C, support, D, email marketing, D, E, F, repeat business, and G, a step-by-step process. Which of those is working for you? Somebody said here, definitely community. Definitely community is important, yeah? Tell me in the comments right now, which is more important to you? I would say there's none of these that I would actually skip. None of these that I would skip. I would say that all of these are really important. But what's involved in all of these is a lot of me. There's a lot of me. There's a lot of me putting myself out there in front of people. There's a lot of me explaining why. Practical info to release mental charge. Absolutely. You don't want to make people's life more complicated. You don't want to leave people high and dry. You don't want to leave your people feeling unsupported. So those are my 6 things that are working for me right now in my business. If there's anything I spoke about today that you have any questions about, just pop me a message. Yeah, so somebody wrote down here, for me starting out, it's definitely community building for me. It's working well, but I need to expand. Yeah, I think sometimes we try to run before we can walk. It takes time and effort to build a community. It takes time and effort to build an audience. So, focusing on, building a really solid community will serve you in the longer term. But oftentimes we don't give things enough time to work. So we don't give the community enough time to work. Like if I based the success of my community on the first 6 months that I ran my community, it wouldn't have been that successful, to be honest. It was a year, and then it was 2 years, and now I'm over 5 years of having the community and turning up week after week, month after month, year after year. That's the kind of commitment that you need. I wonder how you give info without giving it all away. Yes, you totally can. I give a lot away. Honestly, I give a lot away, but I still give a lot more in the programs that I provide. I actually have done a set on that. You can go into the guide section of this community. If you're watching this on YouTube, go over to my Savvy Personal Stylists and Image Consultants Online Network. In the guides tab, I definitely did a session on how to, not give everything away. So definitely you should go in and see that. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I've got to go and collect the kiddos from school now. I hope there was something valuable in there for you. If you're watching this on replay, I would love to know what is working for you now. Let me know what is working for you now if you're watching this on replay. And with that, I'm going to wish you all a wonderful weekend ahead, and I will catch you again next week. Take care. Bye.